Yeah, just wondering, you got any dodgy certifiers you can give me? You know, the ones that are just gonna miss a couple of things, let things slide a little, slip through the cracks a little bit. You know, make my life easier. You got anyone for me? Got any recommendations? Can you hook me up? We get this question all the time. People come to us and they say, can you recommend a practical certifier? Now, I was having a chat to a certifier a few weeks ago following a presentation that we did, and he said a few things that just left me going, like mind-blown, light bulb moment. And I sort of sat there and I was reflecting on it afterwards and went, you know what? I think if the designers out there and the other industry professionals heard this, it might change their perspective on things, and they might actively seek out a by-the-book type certifier. I know, right now you're sitting there going, right, whatever, bear with me, hear me out. So most of you would be familiar now with the Lacoste fire situation, which happened, I believe it was like 2014. Long story short, high-rise building, cladding on the outside, went up in smoke. Now, and I am going to give you the super simplified Peter the Town Planning version of this. Like with last week's video, it's not going to be technically correct. I'm just giving you a high-level overview. But fast forward to 2019, and the ruling or the findings that sort of came down was that each of the industry professionals along the way were responsible in some way, shape or form. So the blame, if you want to call it that, was kind of like apportioned across everyone who had touched that project along its journey. So in that situation, it was the architect, the fire engineer, the certifier, and then the builder. Had to think about that for a second there. Got there. But yes, it was all of those different professionals. They all shared some sort of responsibility for the outcome at the end of the day. Now, talking to the certifier the other day, he said Queensland law is actually written in a way where it's always supported this finding. So each professional is treated as being a competent person, and each professional is responsible for making sure that the design stacks up against the relevant rules and requirements. There's massive misinformation or misnomer, if you want to call it that, out there, that the certifier is the only person responsible for doing the checking. Anyway, he kind of said that this Lacoste fire situation has just brought the issue to the forefront of everyone's mind. It's made it kind of like a talking topic and made people more aware of what their responsibilities are. And this sort of left me sitting there going, man, which again brings us to the point, or the moral of this story, point of this video is, man, if people actually thought this through, it's kind of like short-term pain for long-term gain. I mean, if you get a certifier that makes you jump through a few more hoops at the beginning, it's covering your backside in the long run if a situation like this pops up, a legal case. So don't you want to kind of focus on that? So anyway, I would implore you guys to stop next time you're shopping around for a certifier and think, do I want someone who's going to make my life easy right in this moment, or do I want someone who's going to relieve the stress and take the pressure off me in the long run? Yeah, some food for thought. Now, the certifier I mentioned did give me one other little gem of information that I want to share with you guys, but I've decided, you know what? Teaser. I'm going to make you wait till next week. Come on, let's be real. Town planning's a bit of a dry topic. I've got to try and excite it or amp it up a little bit, right? Anyway, as I always say, until next time, thanks for watching.
For all you red tape lovers out there, I have one thing to say. Well, no, actually, I've got three. Number one, the advice provided in these videos is general in nature. It's not site-specific. You would be a silly Billy to go and make financial decisions based on this advice without first checking with the town planner. Don't be a silly Billy. Number two, Brisbane town planning is in no way linked to Brisbane City Council. The views expressed in these videos are my own, not council's. So if you don't like them, blame me, not council. Number three, what was my number three? Oh yeah, the views expressed in these videos are accurate at the time of recording. If you're watching this video back 10 years from now, the views may not be so accurate. That's all. Bye.